This is Real Dilemma Podcast with Regina and Dorcas.
Hey guys! Welcome to Real Dilemmas Podcast. My name is Dorcas and
Regina.
And yeah, we're your host of Real Dilemmas Podcast.
Your favorite podcast.
Your favorite? I hope it is.
Favorite podcast.
I hope it is.
In the podcasting world of podcast.
Yeah, and we're aiming for the mobiles, guys.
Yeah?
It's doable. I said it here first.
Yes, from your lips.
I said it here.
From your mouth to God's ears.
Exactly.
Amen.
Imagine getting nominated for mobiles.
Amen.
Sitting under the same roof as the 90s babies and Madam Joy's and shit and gigs.
Amen.
It's possible.
It is possible. There's nothing is impossible.
We just need to
with
get
God,
to.
All things are possible.
I agree.
And we believe.
Yeah.
Do you get me? It's just we just need to keep putting in the work and
like we've been doing. To be fair, we've been quite consistent.
Yeah, we've been trying.
Yeah. Although we've been working on our quality and stuff, but we've been consistent. We've been putting out weekly.
And guys, I hope you can see a difference in terms of like the quality. We are trying.
Yeah, and we can only get better.
We will only get better, exactly. If you're out there and you're like a production team and you want to like sponsor your girls, hit us up, please. We are happy to take on.
And help us, and help us get to mobiles by subscribing. Yeah, let's get to 1,000 subscribers first. If you haven't subscribed, it will literally take you a second. Click on that red button, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you share, all that good stuff, and follow us on all our social media platforms. We're at Real Dilemmas podcast everywhere across board. So please, keep in touch, join our community, and let's chat.
Let's get chatting.
What are we
talking about today, Dorcas?
So today we're talking about marriage, reality of marriage versus what we thought it was. So we thought marriage was X, Y, and Z before we got married, and then we got into the marriage, and then we're like, this is not what I ordered.
What I ordered versus what I got.
Exactly. This is not what I ordered. This is not what I bargained for. Like, what's going on? Sure. And it's usually that way for young people, I feel.
Okay.
Because most of us are delulu. Yeah. When it comes to love, we're like, oh, the love of my life, Prince Charming. We're going to have a beautiful wedding, and then we're going to... That's how it is. But then when you're in the marriage, you're like... Because I find that ladies who get married in their 30s are, to an extent, experienced.
They know what they want.
They know what the person they're getting married
sound
to.
On?
Oh yeah, it is. I hope it is.
Guys, we just have to check because God, my H and O factor. Yes, it is. My H and O factor wanted to come out there. The Yoruba girl in me wanted to come out there. I was going to say we have to check these things because our producer decided to go on holiday. She decided to go to Marrakesh.
Do you know that girl? We'll talk about her later.
She decided to leave us high and dry and follow man to Marrakesh.
I say, followed man.
But yeah.
That man is our husband.
He's our husband. I beg go.
She went to chill.
She went to flex, man. She well deserved anyway. So I hope you're having fun, girl.
Yeah, I hope she's not having fun. I hope it's boring for you.
I hope you're having fun.
I hope it's boring. I hope you're missing me. I hope she's missing me. I hope she's like, oh God, this would have been so much fun with Dorcas.
Guys, you know, I'm still getting to know Dorcas, right? We've been friends for like probably over a year now. Yeah. Right? And I'm really getting to know a lot more about her.
Meaning?
She's so bloody confusing, by the way.
Yeah.
1 minute, she's like the anti-lovey-dovey, mushy thing. And then the next minute, she's like, no, why don't you love me?
I swear. No, it's not confusing.
It's confusing.
No,
it's confusing because, you know what, guys? When we came back from Birmingham like 2 weeks ago, at the train station, or the bus station, I was like, okay, guys, because three of them came together. They came together. They went in the taxi together, and I came on my own. So I was like saying bye to them. I was like, oh, bye, guys. I love you guys so much. We've just had a Galentine's weekend, right? Which is so lovely. And then it's like, I love you so much, Dorcas. Dorcas was like, I was like, give me a hug. She was like, leave me alone. Leave me out.
No, but I like it.
I love you. Give me a kiss. She's like, stop.
But they're not hug you today.
She saw.
They're not hug you today.
Because I was like, oh my God, friend, I've missed you, friend. I haven't seen you. She's like, yes. And she hugged me, but we'll take it.
I like it but not too much.
And she feels that I do it too much.
You're too much. She's like, oh, I love you. And then you're expecting like a love you back.
Yeah.
And I'm twitching inside. I'm like,
friendship, I don't understand what's happening.
I'm twitching inside.
So the funny thing is that day, because Busaya was already saying bye to me, and she was like, "Oh, love you, bye."
Busaya likes all those things.
Sweet, too. Yeah. So she was like, "Love you, bye." Doctor was, do you know? I just noticed she was so quiet. She was just observing what we were doing, and then
and hoping,
and she was like hoping that I would not come to.
As in, I was just hoping you would just pass by me, like.
And then when I went, I was like, "Love you." She's like, "Leave me alone." I said, "Just say it back."
Because you were saying the love you and hugging at the same time. Like, okay, if you do, all right, see you later, and then you hug me, I would hug. But then you were not adding love you. It was not like too much. I was like, okay.
But you know, I love you though.
Okay.
Is it? I see how uncomfortable she is. It's so funny.
Please, but I'm learning though. I'm learning.
You are.
I'm learning.
You're trying so much. So today you give me a hug.
And I'm actually liking it.
Oh, so
let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. I'm liking it. Let's leave it there. A for effort.
All right, let's carry on.
So what other favors as well I got? Speaking of love and all of that, I felt like, in marriage, you'd wake up how they say don't go to bed angry. You're always in a like sweet mood, lovey-dovey. And then you get into marriage, and then you fight with this person that you love, that also says he loves you, and then you guys will go for hours without speaking.
That's you. Me, I can't do hours.
No, for me now, I was like, what? We went for hours one time. One time I left the house.
Wait, hours?
Yes. One time I got upset, I left the house in the middle of the night.
Where you going?
I left the house.
Where you go? To where?
I don't know.
Just walk.
I was just...
So walking on
I
the
picked my phone. I left the house. No, it wasn't even in Leicester, in Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
This was like in the first year of marriage. We had issues, probably like evening-ish, and then we spoke about it, and then it got more heated. Like nobody apologized. And then at maybe 10, 11, we were in separate rooms because I was...
Why is your voice low?
Is it low?
Yeah. It's like I'm talking... Yeah. Indoor voice.
No, yeah, because I feel like it's gossip. You know when you're gossiping with your friends, like, and then maybe your husband is next to you, you don't want him to hear. Even though there's a microphone and a camera and everybody's going to hear my gist. But yeah, so I got really upset. At 10 or 10:30, I'd had enough. He was in a different room. I was in a different room. The girl was just chilling, probably watching things on social media. I was boiling him.
They don't give
where
you
I was.
energy.
Do you know I left the house? I didn't even tell him. He didn't even notice that I left the house in the first place. I left the house. I went on the street. I was just walking. And it was dark. I was just walking. Where was I going to?
You have mind though.
I get mine. No worry. If not that one, I get mine. I was just walking in the middle of the night. I was just walking. And then when I got to the end of the street, I realized I didn't have cash on me. I didn't have cash. I just had my phone. So I was like, okay, so what's the plan? Where are you going?
You have a conversation with yourself.
I was like, where are you going?
What's happening?
So if somebody comes out now and robs you and takes your phone,
that's it. You're strategy.
I wasn't even thinking of them hurting me. I was thinking of them taking my phone in that moment because I just got in the phone. Like, okay, no.
It's about time I
And I turned back. I went back home. I went back to the room. And then I went upstairs. I said, no. I continued the argument. And then I even said I left. He said, where did you go? I didn't even know that you left the house. I was like, but I left the house. You didn't hear the door. I thought he was going to call me. So I actually thought that, it's possible to be married and not have such issues that will make you, not speak for that long. But getting in, I realized it's not the case. You're human.
Yeah.
If you feel a type of way, you react, you act.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you get reactions that you're not expecting to get from the person you love, and you're like, well, you're not supposed to, but at the end of the day, everyone is human, so.
Right.
Yeah, so that's my story of what I ordered for versus what I got, marriage edition.
So your story is like the fight.
Yeah, the fights. The fights are crazy. Like, you get into fights with somebody you love, and you're like, oh, we love each other, we shouldn't be fighting like this. Do you get?
I think for me, I'm just trying to think. There's just so much that expectations versus reality. I think that should be the title.
Expectations versus reality. Yeah,
because I think you made a lot of sense when you said like a lot of women that get married at an older age, where when I say old, I mean like maybe in their 30s. late 20s, 30s, mid 30s, 40s. However, after 30,
yeah, would consider it older because we got married in our early 20s.
Early.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like a lot of things that I know now, I didn't know then.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've said it on the pod before, where when I got married, I literally just married. I literally just did it. Like, I didn't deep it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I didn't really.
A lot of us didn't deep it.
I didn't deep, and I feel like it's good that way. It worked out for me that way because generally, I'm not a kind of person that deeps situations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the type of person that I go heads in first. Whatever my eyes see, I see.
Oh yeah, you said that.
Yeah, that's who I am really, and it's worked for me. Thank God. All thanks to God, because genuinely, if it wasn't God, I for don't.
Imagine you married wrong because you just wanted to do it.
That's why I always thank God. I always thank God because He really aligned me with the right person. Because if He didn't, I for don't have one chance. Because of the kind of person I am, I just do. I don't necessarily think, because I feel like once I start thinking, I'll never do. Do you get me? That's why it took so long.
Do you think you're married to somebody who thinks? Okay. Because I'm like that too.
What? He's an Aries.
I'm like that too.
I know they hear what they did, but zodiac sign is in my house now. Any small thing, I'm an Aries. That's why.
That's why I blame on the star side.
But yeah, he deeps it, which is and that's why it worked, because he's a lot more older than I am, so he was at a point where he was ready. Well, I say ready, but then again, was he really ready? But he was a lot more mature than I was in that sense. He had seen life to the point where he felt he was able to settle down. Me, on the other hand, I'm just like, yo, let's marry. Yeah, cool, we're married. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it worked out, thank God. But there's still a lot of things that I know now that I'm like, But
what was that one thing? Okay, even though you didn't think about it. You know, sometimes you don't think about things before you go into it. Then when you go into it, you're like, I didn't think it would be this way.
Yeah.
So what's that thing that you never thought would be that way?
Let me see. Let me show you. I think aside the fights, because I think we've mentioned it in a previous episode, way back, the fights was something that I didn't expect.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it because obviously we didn't live together before we married. We're very close. We've known of each other. We're cool. But it's a different ballgame when you enter marriage.
I swear
It's
is
completely different, because now it's a shift of where you can't even walk away the way you think you want. Fair enough, you went on a walk. We've had issues where I've just gone on a drive. That's fair, but I'm still coming back.
Yeah, you are because it's still there.
So I think for me, it's the dealing with the situations that happen within marriage. That is like, oh, I didn't know I had to do this. Oh, I didn't know I had to sort issues out. Oh, and then for me, I'm very like, once it's out of my mind, it's out of my mind. I don't need to have a whole long conversation.
When we went to Birmingham, we had conversations about marriage and stuff, and then I got back and I was like reflecting, and I realized that if I don't talk about something when it happens, or even at all, I start to act up.
Okay.
So I'm just knowing myself. I'm just learning about myself.
And that's what I feel. I feel that's what marriage is. You just grow. You grow, and you find yourself in situations, and you're like, oh, okay, this is a new stage. Yeah. That's why I think the first episode we shot was about like, how well do you think you know yourself? And I was saying in that episode that I feel like as a human being and as
where's my phone? As
women,
I want to play something I saw on social media.
I'm probably sitting on it. As women and as like human beings in general, we're constantly evolving, and like we've not even I don't know the percentage or the facts, but we've not unlocked a certain percentage of like
who we are.
We've not even reached that level.
We haven't.
So it's a constant growth, a constant development in marriage. We learn all the time.
Yeah,
I think another thing for me that in terms of expectations versus reality is like sex.
Okay.
And when I say sex, guys, calm down, guys, calm down. Please give me sound effects when I say this.
Dum, dum, dum.
It's sex, right? And when I say sex, it's like for me, I didn't realize how busy life will get.
Okay.
Especially when you start having children as moms and stuff. Because I remember when I first got married.
But you know there are people that would say the opposite, but I want you to land.
Okay, let me land.
Yeah. There are people who would say the opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
So for me, when I first got married, we were very active. Oh man, I'm active. Oh man, I'm active.
Yeah.
We were very like active, very like we were just always
all over
together,
each other. Yeah.
always very whatever that means. But like we're very like we're on it 24/7 everywhere in every part of the house. Guys, TMI, sorry, too much information.
I'm enjoying the information. Continue. Continue. I'm enjoying the information.
It's just like, and then we started having children. Have the first child, it was still cool. We're still very active. Second child,
reduced.
Still trying to be active. But the third child, and it's not necessarily even the children. I think it's just with life. Life just got busy. Do you get me? Life got busy. You started dealing with school runs. Started dealing with work, dealing with businesses, dealing with different things.
Do you know there are some people? There are some people who would argue that theirs is like non-stop and they don't want it all the time. There are women who have it so much, even with kids, that they're like
being active.
Yes, and they're like they need a break.
Wow.
That's expectation versus reality.
But like you said, it's for her. People's realities are so different.
People's realities are so different. But I've found that when it comes to sex, since we're on the topic, I found that for women, the older we get, the more we enjoy it. And then for certain women who don't enjoy it as they get older, that are complaining that, oh, I didn't know that every day would be, doing it. Like for those women, I feel like it's probably that way because they haven't started experiencing orgasms.
Yeah.
Either not experiencing orgasms. Yeah, I'm taking. Let's go there. Let us go there. Girl? Yeah, because they're not experiencing orgasms and they are not enjoying it.
And also,
because why are you complaining so much if you're not enjoying it?
Sexually compatible with their husbands.
But that's something people can work on.
Chemistry, please. Why are you holding this pillow like?
I swear, like you're baby.
I'm like, what the heck? Why are you holding the pillow like that? So random.
And you guys not on me. You've been watching since you did comment down below to say, come hold that pillow properly.
They probably will now.
Did you see me holding the pillow that way?
But sorry.
I feel like those people who complain a lot are not really enjoying it.
Yeah, they're not. For them to complain, duh.
And if they're not sexually compatible, I feel like it's something they can work on. Everybody can work on.
Yeah, but I think it goes back. There's a lot. We've really deviated, but anyway, we'll come back to what we're talking about. I feel like it goes back to what I was saying when we were in Birmingham. Guys, we refer to Birmingham a lot because we had a lot of interesting conversations right?
Yeah.
Some leading to arguments.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did. We argued.
But yeah, like something I was saying when we were in Birmingham about the fact that I can only speak from what I know, and I feel like a lot of Nigerian women are not as expressive.
Do you want to go there?
We'll go there.
Do you want to go there?
Hold on.
Make your point.
Let me make my point. We'll leave.
Your point.
We'll leave this door because I think that this
your point.
Conversation needs to still be had.
Yeah, we'll have it, and it will be a full episode on its own.
You go choke that episode.
Yeah.
But anyway,
and I would like us to have a guest or two.
I feel definitely we have to have someone because me and you.
Yeah, we'll argue back and forth.
Okay. But I feel like a lot of Nigerians, and I stand by what I say. So if you want to come for me, that's fine. And not, it's not even just Nigerian women. Nigerians in general are not as expressive in terms of their wants. We can be expressive in other areas when it comes to show off and doing owambe and stuff. We're very expressive. However, when it comes to, look at how you were raised, for example, or maybe not you, maybe like your peers growing up. Now, growing up as a child, you're sort of to be seen and not necessarily heard.
Mm-hmm.
As a millennial and above.
True.
Not necessarily.
You don't speak unless you're spoken to.
You don't speak unless you're spoken to.
You don't speak when adults are speaking.
You don't look at an adult in the eye when they're talking, in the face when they're talking to you.
Yeah.
Unless they say, look at me.
Rude. Yeah.
So, things like that as sort of breeded, English, Jesus.
It has.
Sort of shaped, let me use that word, shaped a lot of us growing up to be quite timid.
I agree.
Right? Coupled with the fact of religion, which is very huge in Nigeria.
Culture.
massive in Nigeria, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I say religion, they tell you don't have sex before you get married. In fact, don't let a boy touch you. If he touches you, you're getting pregnant. Things like that have shaped the way we are as women. Now, they give us, embed all these things in our heads. Then our mothers now expect us to graduate from university, find a man, and then everything, hold on.
I agree with you.
Everything now goes smoothly. Oh, we all of a sudden know what sex is. Or all of a sudden we know how to bend over and touch your toes. God, do you get what I mean? We all of a sudden, from one magic, we know what to do. When that's not the case. So a lot of women go into marriages without being... Now, I'm talking about the women. I'm going to touch on the men now, right? So without understanding so many things about what sex, how sex is meant to feel, how it's meant to be, how we're meant to be expressive with each other and just be free, be vulnerable at that point. That's the women. Now the men. Nigerian men are brought up differently from women, right? So now they are brought up not necessarily saying, oh, don't marry, don't have sex before you marry. They can do what they want because the male child is free, right? So they've now been growing up in different ways, seeing uncles do different things that are not necessarily right. And
gotten away with it.
Gotten away with it. Some of them have been into watching porn, things like that are not realistic in terms of how to actually pleasure a woman. So a lot of Nigerian men have now come into marriage with not understanding the woman, the woman's body, how to pleasure a woman. That's why people say, oh, it's only another woman that can pleasure a woman, right? That's a topic for another day. Let's not touch on that, please.
Okay.
But like what I was saying, so like the man has come into a marriage not understanding how to play. They probably just do one bang, what do you call it?
One bang, ma'am, thank you.
One bang, thank you, ma'am, or whatever they call it. You just do knock, 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 knock.
So once they get their lick, that's it.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. When they're done, they're done. So you can see the flaw in both parties, right?
Yes, I agree with you. I wasn't even going to disagree or argue because, to be fair, I agree with you. We've been brought up. What you're trying to say is the culture, the religion, everything shaped us in such a way that, especially when it comes to sex, it's a shameful thing. Guess what? There are people who are watching this podcast right now and are frowning at us talking about sex because
face, like,
it's aching their body, like, because we're talking about sex. So yes, sex is a shameful thing to talk about in public. It's not just public, even in private. You're not talking about sex with your fellow girls. You're not talking about sex with your parents. You're not talking about sex because it's like, why are you talking about sex? Like, why are you even having sex? Why are you doing?
Yeah. And that's sad because even it's your really body sad. Is meant to please, like your man. Like, sex is to be enjoyed.
It is
endured.
Because even
God loves it. It's part of it.
Even in marriage, do you find that one married woman to another, they still don't talk about sex?
That's why I don't hang out with women like that.
Because you find that women, you need to listen. You find that, especially if you're married. If you're not married, hold on.
Stay away.
To the left first.
We've not come
I'll come to you. Yeah. But if you find that once you're talking about sex with a fellow married woman, you start to learn one or two.
Yeah.
That married woman too that's teaching you one or two, is learning one or two from you. It's until you sit down and have those conversations that you not even find out that there are certain women who do not come when they have sex.
Yeah.
You're not like, wait, but I experience this. Why don't you experience this? Exactly. And then that woman starts to realize that if I'm not coming, then something is wrong.
Yeah.
And then from there, you find that, oh, you're going home, you're talking about sex openly with your partner.
Being open, because you're being expressive.
That's the person you're married to. You're going to be with the person for the rest of your life. So why not just open up and enjoy yourself?
Guys, it's never that deep, honestly. It's just sex.
If you're a prude when it comes to sex and you're married, you should really hang out with us.
You should.
Because we do talk about almost everything when it comes to sex.
Yeah.
And in as much as we were brought up in such a way to not talk about it, talking about it really helps.
It does. It really, really does. And
it helps.
It's people that know me will say, oh, you talk, because I feel like we need to break away from that cycle.
Yes.
And that's why even with my friendship circle now, like I can't be around people that are prudes in that manner. It's okay to be a prude if you're even willing to learn or even hear or talk.
Yes.
You found it, you're in a comfortable space, you're in a safe space, and you feel like, okay, yeah, I can speak to this girl. No problem, be a prude all you want. But the ones that I can't stand, I've had someone say to me, they'll be on my bonnie, meaning that because I'm an Igbo girl, but I'm not, my dad's Yoruba, my mom's Igbo. Yeah, because the Igbo people are quite promiscuous or wayward. I'm like, what? Excuse me? what she's trying to say is Igbo people are more expressive. They are not as ashamed, even within the Nigerian
So because
culture.
you're expressive is now like she's now
girls are
stereotyping.
more,
Oh, Idoma girls. Oh my God, they say that about Idoma girls. I said they're like, oh, Idoma girls, they like it.
And I like
Everybody likes it.
Everybody likes exactly.
People who don't like it are because
I was trying to make that
there are reasons why they don't.
I've met people from other parts of Africa, right? And I've heard even sitting with men how they speak about these women compared to our Nigerian girls, and it just made. And I've experienced it with a Nigerian calling me out, and then
a Nigerian lady calling you out,
lady calling me out because she's a prude. And then I've sat with men and they've said things like, South African girls or Southern Africans or Tanzanians or Kenyans or all these other parts of Africa, they are more expressive when it comes to things like this. And some of them will go as far as saying they even satisfy men better than we Nigerians. Don't shoot me, I'm just the messenger, please. Yeah, but
we do. We say all of this.
That was the point that I'm coming. That was where I was coming from when we were in Birmingham. So for me, we're saying all this, just like you were trying to say. We're saying this now we need to be more. When you're over 25, in fact, I'm only saying 25 for the sake of saying 25. Well, when you're over 21, to be fair, these are conversations you need to be had. In fact, below 21 safe.
Everybody, even teenagers need to have this conversation. Maybe not as detailed as we're having, but So we say this to say that expectation versus reality when it comes to marriage, sex is a big part of it.
It's a huge
talking about it is a huge part of it. To be honest, I never thought that I would have to talk about sex. Like sometimes even in the act, talk about what you're doing. But you have to.
You have to communicate. You have to communicate. Communication is not just, when we fight. It's in
everything.
Aspect of marriage.
Every aspect.
You have to communicate because man, like I said about the Nigerian man and how they have been brought up. Man, he might think he's pleasuring you, but dude, you're just there doing nothing.
And then if you don't speak up, how will you know that he's not pleasuring you? So you need to.
And having another thing I wanted to say, having expectations there. I don't know if I'm right too, but I feel like going into marriage, you shouldn't have expectations.
I think you should.
Yeah.
But why shouldn't you have expectations?
What I was saying about expectations, I feel like, I don't know if there's a saying that says expectation is a killer. I don't know if it's expectation or comparison. One of them is a killer of joy. I'm not sure which one it is. But I feel like there are certain things that we need to have expectation on as married.
And marriage shouldn't be one of it.
No, as in going into marriage.
Okay.
You get what I mean? However, I feel what worked for me in terms of expectations. Initially, I didn't really have much expectations going into marriage.
Because
that's why I'm struggling.
Because you just went into it without.
Yeah, that's why I'm struggling with even picking something.
Thinking, yeah.
But I feel like some people go into marriage with expectations, and I've been around people that because of their expectations, it's caused a lot of issues within the marriage.
Yeah, because
you have a standard that you want to attain, whereas if your expectations have not been communicated to your partner, don't expect.
Okay, so now
expect. So maybe this is the way I need to reward it.
So it makes sense like that.
You get. So if you have expectations,
communicate your expectation.
Communicate your expectation to your partner, so you're on the same page. Because what I've seen a lot of is people having not just even ordinary expectation, high expectation of a man, man, son of Adam.
No,
and then the guy doesn't meet those expectations,
then it's a problem.
Then it's an issue.
Yeah, I think I do think you should have expectations, but communicate that with your partner and then go into it also being willing to compromise
and adapt.
Because
things ain't going
because things change, kids come, your expectations you on your own will say, okay, baby, remember what I told you I was expecting. Now that we have a child, I know it's not visible, so let's do this, let's do that. So just be willing to compromise.
For example,
on that note.
For example, I just wanted to give an example of what we spoke about last week, which was the Valentine's thing, right? So as a woman, if your expectation going into marriage, so before marriage, he would ask you out for Valentine's Day, or he would always do some grandiose gesture on Valentine's Day or your birthdays or whatever it is. Now going into marriage, you've not communicated. Some people might argue that, do I have to communicate it? He should know. But no. Do you get what I mean?
Yes, don't communicate it. Right now, open your mouth, and speak. Yo, let everything come out as it's in your head. Let it come out. If it's not making sense, your partner will tell you it's not making sense. Then you can sit and think about it. But I think you should communicate.
Yeah.
But although there are certain things that you don't need to say,
you shouldn't have
that
to.
You shouldn't have to, and he should pick up and be like, "This my wife loves X, Y, and Z perfume.
But you know what?
Perfume is almost out. Let me replace it." Things like
that. Now I've gone past that. That's why I feel I'm on a different wavelength to a lot of women, and I always say this because things that other women do, I can't be asked to sit and expect you to assume that you know what you are doing. I'm talking constantly.
Okay.
And until you not tire me, I will continue. As long as I'm not tired of talking, I will continue to talk because I feel we are all humans and we're in each other's life to help each other and to grow.
Yeah.
So for me, if it takes me reminding, my husband knows and everybody knows how much birthdays are so important to me.
So you just
but even though I know, say he understands that birthdays are so important to me, and I know that if I don't even say pin, he would do something. But even at that, I still, because I don't want to expect and be disappointed.
Oh, I get where you're coming from.
So I will always, I've already been sending him my birthday for this year. You know now, I sent it to you. I've been last night. I still sent him a reminder. I sent him the link. Don't forget to book my. Don't surprise me.
Yeah.
If you're going to surprise, maybe you'll do a party and stuff that I don't know. Yeah, cute. But when it comes to something that I want, an expectation that I want, I have to communicate it. Because I can't expect you to know.
That's good. It's good to know that you're like that. I'm learning to be that way. I don't communicate. To be honest, I don't I thought I used to. I thought
how's it supposed to reach your mind?
I thought I was a very good communicator, but even with my mass communication that I went to study school, I thought I was. But I'm learning. I can do better and I can be better.
Yeah.
Are you guys like that? Please let us know in the comment section.
Let us know, guys.
If you're like that, let us know. And if you're not like that, if you're like me, let us know. And we need to get to the root of it. Let's know why we're like this. Because it's not fair. It's not helping us. Yeah, let's do that. Leave a comment down below, guys. If you get to this point of this video, we have to go,
guys.
We have to go,
guys.
Regina doesn't want to go. I swear to God, I still need to order asu before I go home. I need to get home before 6. I need to order that asu. I still need to pick it up. We still need to copy everything before 6. It's already 5:30. We have to go.
Guys, we gotta go. We'll see you next time.
The asu is very important.
We'll see you on our next episode.
So don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, love.
Always.
Bye.